It has been fascinating to observe the dynamics between Canada, Mexico, and the United States. They are neighbors, and their relationships, despite occasional differences like those about illegal immigration, are strong and deeply rooted. It's like a family where disagreements happen, but the bond remains. Europe, particularly NATO countries like Denmark, also share a unique connection with the United States. Denmark, for instance, has been a founding NATO member. Yet, seeing the kind of reception Prime Minister Modi received during his recent US visit was truly surprising for every countryman. When Modi ji was welcomed with such warmth and respect, one couldn't help but be amazed. Even Donald Trump, known for his tough negotiating style and confidence in his own abilities, seemed to acknowledge Modi ji's superior negotiating skills. Imagine Trump, a man who prides himself on knowing better than most, saying to PM Modi, "You are a better negotiator than me." And that is a massive statement, one that should hold every Indian head high with pride. It's not just about personal respect, it reflects something deeper. You can call it trade dynamics. Our reasoning is that Trump's focus isn't so much on tariffs, but on reducing the trade deficit, which, to be honest, is reasonable. We would like you to share your thoughts on this in the comments box. Because you see, every nation wants to balance its trade. And when India also faces a similar situation with China, where the trade heavily tilts in China's favor. We have a trade with China of over 125 billion US dollars, which 80% is in China's favor. Wouldn't India prefer to produce goods domestically rather than depend so heavily on Chinese imports? It is the same logic behind Trump's Make America Great Again slogan, which resonates with Modi ji's vision of a developed and self-reliant India. Then there's the ambitious goal of over 500 billion US dollars in trade between India and the United States. It sounds unthinkable, but if Trump says it's possible, who's to argue? This would be monumental for both nations. US President Donald Trump's offer to sell its fifth generation fighter jet, the F-35, to India, which has inducted the Russian long-range surface-to-air missile system S-400, has been an interesting development. It was precisely this reason that led to NATO member Turkey's edging out of the F-35 development program. That is what truly caught one's attention. The talk about fighter jets, particularly the F-35. Trump's announcement on this is something we have been predicting for months. Let's rewind a bit. The Indian Navy had rejected the F-18 in favor of the Rafale M. Now, two American platforms are under consideration, the F-15 Eagle and the F-35. The F-35, however, stands out because it's a fifth generation fighter, something India urgently needs. While we talk about the F-35, let's not forget that India's indigenous fifth generation fighter program AMCA will take years to materialize. The Tejas Mark I and Mark II are still in the works, and the Air Force Chief's frustration is understandable. Self-reliance in defense is critical, but it takes time to develop. Meanwhile, China has already deployed its J-20s near the line of actual control. India can't afford to wait decades to fill this gap. The F-35 isn't just a fighter jet, it's a game changer. It is better tested, unlike China's J-20 or other platforms. For India, choosing the F-35 would mean a closer strategic alignment with the US, taking the relationship to another level. It's not just about technicalities or military strength, it's about geopolitics. On paper, the Russian Su-57 might seem like a logical choice since India already operates several Russian systems, including the Sukhoi and S-400. But in the larger picture, acquiring the F-35 would signal a stronger partnership with America, opening doors to other Western systems and technologies. The Su-57 participated in the recently concluded Aero India 2025. And Russia has offered India an attractive deal for the joint production of the fifth generation aircraft in India. But will India opt the Russian jet over the much tested platform, which is the F-35? It remains to be seen. Of course, there will be challenges like software integration, logistical issues, but the benefits outweigh the initial hurdles. It's a platform that's proven itself in combat, and having it in India's arsenal would be transformative. The F-35 Lightning II Joint Strike Fighter is the most expensive weapon system program from the Department of Defense, with an estimated cost of over $2 trillion to operate nearly 2,500 planned aircraft through 2088. If New Delhi purchases 114 F-35s, the cost will be prohibitive. The flyaway cost for the F-35A variant is approximately $82.5 million per unit. However, export prices typically include additional costs, pushing the effective unit costs to around $100 to $110 million per unit. This price tag does not include the weapon package. Additionally, the operating cost, subsequent upgrades, and spares will further push the life cycle costs of F-35 induction. However, this isn't just about fighter jets. It's about leveraging the US-India relationship for broader gains. Energy security, for instance, is another area where ties will deepen. Oil and gas imports from the US are on the horizon, marking a new chapter in bilateral trade. But for us, the ultimate indicator of this partnership's success is the F-35 deal. If the United States offers it to India and Modi ji secures it, it would be a historic moment, signaling trust and strategic alignment between the two nations. This is more than just defense procurement. It's about positioning India as a key global player while strengthening ties with the superpower. The possibilities are endless, and the next few months will undoubtedly be crucial in shaping this narrative. Jai Hind!